Stam Garden Center. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
Central Empire Wrestling presents Bridge City Slam 6 live Saturday, September 7th at the Bridgeview Center in Ottumwa. Come see Jake the Snake Roberts, Buff Bagwell, former WWE Tag Team Champions Demolition, Real One Enzo Amore, The Powers of Pain, The Boogeyman, Snitsky, Jordan Grace, Cameron Brunet, and the stars of CEW. Tickets start at just $20 and include the Fan Fest from 4 to 7 p.m. Get your tickets through Ticketmaster or at the Bridgeview Center in Ottumwa. It's Bridge City Slam 6, live Saturday, September 7th at the Bridgeview Center in Ottumwa. Bridget's Public House is an Irish pub located at 208 First Avenue East, Oskaloosa. Bridget's Public House hopes you find it a warm, welcoming space that also serves delicious, unique Irish-based options created in their kitchen. And don't forget a cold beverage of choice. Located just off the square next to True Value. Come in and check out the unique decor at Bridget's Public House while enjoying a beverage or food. Follow Bridget's Public House on Facebook and stop in person at 208 First Avenue East, Oskaloosa. That's Bridget's Public House. Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa. It's more than a drugstore. They offer framing, merchandise like collectibles, a gift shop, crafts, college gear, and more. Plus cards, candles, and a whole lot more. Mahaska Drug is open late and on the weekends to fit your lifestyle. For more than just a drugstore, call 641-673-3439 or stop by Mahaska Drug at 205 North E Street in Oskaloosa. Mahaska Drug. It's more than a drugstore. Sigourney Keota football fans, Steve Shetler Media is teaming up with Clint Dye of Tag Team Photography to bring you coverage of Sigourney Keota football this fall. You've seen Clint's fantastic photos of Sigourney Keota football over the last few years, and now Clint is bringing those talents to be showcased on Steve Shetler Media. We're going to have pictures and action shots of each and every game, an in-depth article, and a video highlight of the game as well. You won't miss a thing with Sigourney Keota football coverage right here this year on Steve Shetler Media.
And here's your host, Steve Shetler.
Oh, hey, hey-ho. It's Friday. Time for the morning wake-up here on Steve Shetler Media. Here on a Friday morning, currently 54 degrees here in the big town of Sigourney. We do thank Stam Garden Center and Nursery for being our headline sponsor here on the Morning Wake Up. You can experience the color at Stam's right along Highway 92 East, Oskaloosa, open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6. They are closed on Sundays, so get in there to Stam's and experience the color. Of course, we are broadcasting live from the Oski Dental Studios. You can give them a call. Schedule an appointment with Dr. Schuster at 641-673-4845. They're accepting new patients. Oski Dental going to file your insurance forms for you. They are a Delta dental provider, and they're located at 902 South 17th Street in Oskaloosa. We thank Oski Dental and Stams for being a big part of our morning wake-up here on Steve Shetler Media. Let's take a look at our weekend weather. It's brought to us by the Garden Gate at 105 South Jefferson in Sigourney. And today, an ever so slight 10% chance of some rain comes into the forecast after 5 p.m. Why? I don't know. I mean, just a random 10% chance of some showers. Otherwise sunny today, and Talk about a fantastic day. A high of just 72, maybe a little bit on the breezy side. North winds gusting up to 20 miles per hour. But man, yeah, beautiful weather. Tonight, definitely jacket and sweatshirt weather if you're heading out to a football game. Mostly clear tonight, a low of 44. And again, a tad breezy. So maybe passing the football tonight at a high school football game might be a little tricky if you get a wind gust up to 20 miles per hour. Tomorrow, sunshine. Again, this is like perfect fall weather here in southeast Iowa. Sunshine tomorrow, 68. Man, if you're going to that Iowa State game tomorrow, it's absolutely perfect. Wow, it's fantastic. Clear skies tomorrow night, low of 42. Sunshine and 74 on Sunday. So, beautiful weekend. I mean, this is just... yeah, it's perfect. Enjoy this weekend. Our weather brought to us by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. Our current conditions here in southeast Iowa, we do have, let's see here, humidity at 90%. Winds are northwest at about 10 miles per hour. The barometer at 30.20. Dew point at 51. And according to the National Weather Service equipment here in the Oskey Dental Studios, we do have 54 degrees in southeast Iowa. Your weather brought to us by the Garden Gate. Let's show our This or That. That goes up every weekday at 6 a.m. on Steve Shetler Media Facebook, and it's brought to us by Stacy Flynn at the Legacy Insurance Group and Welcome Realty in Sigourney. This is fall. That is spring. I don't know, which way are you going to lean? Are you going to lean towards fall because we are into the fall season? I mean, not officially. We're still in summer right now, but fall or spring? Which one are you going to go with? Comment on that post. It goes up at 6 a.m. each weekday morning. I'm good with either one. I like fall and spring, so they both have their good points. Let's see here. Let's go to our question of the day. It'll be posted at noon, as it is every weekday on Steve Shetler Media Facebook. It's brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa at 202 North Main in Sigourney. What high school football team you going to be cheering on tonight? You know, we've been leaning on football as a topic a lot this week for our questions of the day. And we're doing that again today. So what high school football team are you cheering on tonight? Now, here on Steve Shetler Media, we cheer on the Pekin Panthers because, of course, we broadcast their games live. We cheer on Sigourney Keota Cobras. We have coverage from Clint Dye on Friday nights and on Saturdays. So, what team are you going to be cheering on? That'll be our question of the day. It goes up at noon today on Facebook. What else we got going on? Do want to tell you, let's crown our Athlete of the Week officially. It's sponsored by Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics, and this is the first Athlete of the Week for this school year, and we start off with a bang as Ottumwa football's Cameron Mannery is our Athlete of the Week, and he's had two big games to kick off this football season. I mean, last Friday, he had a huge game. And then Ottumwa played again last night already, and he had another big game where Ottumwa scored 50 points last night. So Ottumwa football's Cameron Mannery, he is our Athlete of the Week as voted on by you, our viewers, and those engagers here on Steve Shetler Media. Congratulations to Cameron. And again, that's brought to us by Keokuk County Hospital and Clinics. Now, our Team of the Week. Hey, we're going to go with Pekin football this week. Pekin voted our Team of the Week. It's brought to us by Kelly Stiles, State Farm in Oskaloosa. So congratulations to the fellas in Pekin football. Of course, again, we cover them. We'll have them live tonight against Van Buren County here on Steve Shetler Media, starting with our pregame shortly before 7 o'clock. So Team of the Week, they had a huge week last week, put up 76 points against Cardinal. And we'll have that a game tonight here on Steve Shetler Media with our Team of the Week. Pekin football, Athlete of the Week, Cameron Mannery from Ottumwa football. Congratulations to our winners. Of course, we'll be taking your nominations for Athlete and Team of the Week coming up Sunday, late afternoon, early evening. And then we'll be putting up our nominees officially on Monday that you can start voting on. So it's always fun with our athlete and team of the week here on Steve Shuttler Media. Let's see here. What else we got going on? We've been talking about it already. Pekin football coming up tonight. Josh Clubb, your play-by-play guy. Zach Wise, the color commentator. We'll have the game against Van Buren County coming up tonight. Again, pregame probably around 6:45, 6:50, somewhere in there against Van Buren. Next week we'll be at Danville for our first road game. We'll have all these games streaming live here on Steve Shuttler Media, Facebook, and YouTube. Now, coming up tomorrow, we'll have the sports section. That's always live from Brothers Market in Sigourney. We'll have 3 different segments. We've got Clint Weber from Pekin football, head football coach, will be in to start things off. In the middle section, we will have some of the gals from North Mahaska Volleyball who are off to a great start in New Sharon. And then we'll wrap things up with Sigourney Keota's Jared Jensen. So tune in tomorrow, sports section, live from Brothers Market here on Steve Shuttler Media. Now, coming up later on today, going to Barnwired in Sigourney for our Iowa Music Showcase. Jeff Arendale is our artist for today. Jeff's going to do a live interview with me. We're going to have him play some original music live. Again, if you want to be part of the live audience in attendance at Barnwired, would love to have you. We always have a small, intimate audience at Barnwired. You can get something to drink, get some coffee, get a beverage, order some of their fantastic food, and then sit back and watch the interview and performance live from Jeff Arendale. So tune in for the Iowa Music Showcase, live and in person, or live here on Steve Shuttler Media. And then, of course, on Tuesdays, we always go to Oskaloosa for Tuesday Night Tune-Up, talking local and area racing. Safe Grafke is your host, and we'll be doing that again this coming Tuesday here on Steve Shuttler Media at 7 p.m. I'm kind of all over the place this morning. Let's go back to high school football. Our Sheets Chiropractic area high school football schedule for tonight and this weekend. As you know, Van Buren is at Pekin, live here on Steve Shuttler Media. We've got Sigourney Keota at Mediapolis. Road test for the Cobras. Clint Dye will be doing the coverage for Steve Shuttler Media for that game. Moravia is at Montezuma. We've got Central Lee at Cardinal. HLVTC at English Valleys. We've got Linville Sully up next at North Mahaska. North Mahaska off to a great start last week. Des Moines Hoover at Oskaloosa. Ottumwa had their game last night at Des Moines Roosevelt and put up 50 points in a win for Ottumwa. Congratulations to them. Albia is at Interstate 35 and EBF at Sheraton. So your football lineup brought to us by Sheets Chiropractic in Sigourney. Let's see here, some stuff coming up on our community calendar. Just a reminder, part of the Pekin football festivities tonight will be honoring the Bob Snow family and the Robert Adams family of Van Buren. Now, there will be a pregame helicopter. I don't know. We're just going to have to see this in person. The helicopter is going to land on the field during the pregame. So kind of a neat thing. Coach Snow family will be there. Donations to the Adams family from Van Buren. So that's stuff going on at the Pekin game. Hopefully we'll get most of that on our coverage tonight here on Steve Shuttler Media. Other things on our community calendar, things that are happening. Of course, I'm looking forward to some wrestling. We got pro wrestling tomorrow in Ottumwa at the Bridgeview Center. It's Bridge City Slam 6. You got Jake the Snake Roberts, Buff Bagwell, Scott Steiner, Demolition, Powers of Pain, Boogeyman, tons of people. Big names. We're going to have some CEW stars from Iowa and the Midwest. Also wrestling. So it's going to be a big night for pro wrestling. We're going to have a pregame show for that tomorrow afternoon, live here on Steve Shuttler Media, assuming that Wi-Fi and streaming will get out of the Bridgeview Center good. We'll have that starting around 4 o'clock. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to be talking to most of these guys on the screen. So get down there. They've got a fan fest going on. get some autographs, get some pictures, see some wrestling tomorrow at the Bridgeview Center. Again, pregame show starts at 4 o'clock tomorrow. What else we got going on this weekend? Delta Days is going on in the big town of Delta, Iowa. They'll have the annual Delta Days Fireman's Breakfast serving tomorrow from 7 to 10 with a free will donation. I always love those breakfasts. Breakfasts is what I was going to try to say. So that's going on in Delta, trying to find the whole lineup. You've probably seen some of these posters around our area, Delta Days, with their celebration. So a bunch of stuff going on Saturday and into Sunday in Delta. And quickly scanning my stuff that you don't see. Unless I bring it up on the screen. Mahaska Drug, one of our sponsors here on Steve Shetler Media, having their annual tailgate and bake sale. That goes through today, 11 to 5. They've got hot dog meals, cheddar dog meals, proceeds going to the Oskaloosa and Mahaska County Canine Unit. And you can register to win Iowa or Iowa State Canopy. Also register for a pair of tickets that I believe they're going to be drawing today. Yeah, at 5:30, as it says there at the bottom of your screen. So that's going on at Mahaska Drug. One other thing coming up tomorrow is the golf event. It's called First Annual Rhett on the Rough. And that is going on at the Cedar Creek Golf Course. Now, on my screen, the rest of that stuff is too small to read. My apologies. But Google that. Search it for it on Facebook. Rhett on the Rough. You can go to rhettsyndrome.org for more information there. So, a bunch of stuff going on in our area today and this weekend. All right, I think I got through most everything I wanted to get through. Let's go ahead and do some birthdays. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. All right, birthdays. Celebrity and hometown birthdays brought to us by Hometown Real Estate. Nikki Leathers, your realtor. Get a hold of her at 641-295-4142, hometown-re.com. On the hometown side for this weekend, we've got Bill Davis with a birthday today. Julie Wilson. My friend Julie has a birthday going on today. An old co-worker of mine, Mike Zavaki, has a birthday today. I always remember Mike Zavaki, good guy. I worked with him at the radio station way back when. Mike used to tape wrestling pay-per-views and then on VHS tape and then would give them to me the next day to watch for free. So, Mike was my hookup for wrestling pay-per-views back in the day. We've got Molly Walker, Dr. Molly Walker over in Oskaloosa with a birthday tomorrow. Jared Conrad, I think he's still the bass player for the Boys country music band here in Iowa. Jared Conrad with a birthday on Sunday. And then Robert Peterson has a birthday on Sunday. So happy birthday to all of those folks. On the celebrity side for today, we've got country music legend David Allan Coe, 85 today. We've got Roger Waters from Pink Floyd, 81. Jane Curtin, funny gal, actress. She had Saturday Night Live, was on Saturday Night Live back in the day, 77. Comedian Jeff Foxworthy, you might be a redneck if you're turning 66 today. Jeff Foxworthy. Actor Michael Winslow, he was the guy from Police Academy that could make like any noise with his voice and his throat. Michael Winslow, 66 years old. Mark Chestnut, country music fame, 61 years old. Actress Rosie Perez is 60. Singer Macy Gray is 57. And then actor Idris Elba. I always want to call him Idris. I look at that name and I just naturally want to say Idris. Idris Elba, 52. Those are your celebrity and hometown birthdays brought to us by Hometown Real Estate. Nikki Leathers here in Sigourney. We're doing the morning wake up here on Steve Shetler Media. Hope you're off to a good start on this Friday, September 6th. We are into September. Let's go ahead and take a look at our calendar. In history, on this date in history, it was back in 1620. The Mayflower set sail from Plymouth, England, with 102 pilgrims planning to make a new home in the New World. That was 1620 on this date. It was on this date in 1813, Uncle Sam made his debut in a newspaper for the first time. I Want You, Uncle Sam, 1813. And then on this date in 1979, ESPN made its cable debut. So sports coming to cable television, 1979. On the National Day calendar, today is National Read a Book. I don't know if you have to read an entire book, but at least maybe start a book today. National Read a Book Day today. I'm sure the public library enjoys today. It's National Coffee Ice Cream Day. That sounds disgusting to me. I'm not a coffee fan, but National Coffee Ice Cream Day today. Interesting. Let's take a break. We're at that point in the show. Let's take a break, hear from some of our sponsors, and we'll be back with more after this. Let's hear from our headliner and the sponsor of the show, Stam Garden Center.
Stam Garden Center. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
As you plan your holiday grilling, consider serving a semi-sweet red wine from Tassel Ridge Winery to complement your steak and sweet corn. Iowa Silky St. Croix is a big wine with soft black cherry notes and a long fruity finish. It will make a great meal even better. The Iowa Silky St. Croix offers big red wine flavors softened with fruit and a little sweetness. It's available at some of our nearly 400 retail outlets in Iowa. If you don't see it at your favorite store, ask the manager to get it for you. Check the QR code to go directly to our website for a list of retailers. Tassel Ridge Winery is located in Lighton on Highway 163 between Pella and Oskaloosa and is open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from 9 to 6, Saturday from 10 to 6, and Sunday from noon to 6. Check our website at tasselridge.com.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, your family's free to enjoy their dreams.
Try it again. You're getting the hang of this. Good job.
American Family Insurance.
Contact Christy Tarr in Oskaloosa at 641-673-8965. Watch Pekin Panther football live right here this fall on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook, and YouTube with live announcers and an updated scoreboard, plus an area scoreboard to keep you updated on other schools of interest. It's Pekin Panther football live right here on Steve Shetler Media.
When shopping here at Helmuth Ford, we will do our best to put you in the vehicle that you want, that you love, and that is safe for your family.
Your safety is our focus. That's why we are a full-service repair facility.
We'd love to sell you a vehicle of your choosing. If we don't have it, we'll do our best to find it for you. If you're looking for a vehicle with low miles, a great price, and a friendly atmosphere, come visit us here at Helmuth Ford.
We look forward to seeing you soon.
See our full inventory at helmuthford.com.
Thank you for calling the City Cinema Mega Multiplex Duquad Triomni Theaters, where we always make you feel like a king during the French Revolution. Now playing Left Hand Yellow and Right Hand Red Star in Twisters. Don't miss the documentary on how to correctly spell the word surplus in It Ends With Us. And Paul McCartney develops a horrible bubblegum habit in Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. So, for a great night filled with quality entertainment, you have so many options. But if that's not what you're looking for, head to your nearest City Cinema Mega Multiplex Duquad Triomni Theaters. Thank you for calling.
I get a kick out of that for some reason. I don't know why. Nobody else probably does, but City Cinema theater, whatever they call it. I can't get all the words out that he uses, but yes, a good Friday edition of the Morning Wake Up brought to us by Stam Garden Center and Nursery. We are broadcasting live from the Oski Dental Studio. Good morning to you on this Friday. Right now, 54 degrees. Let's do some things you need to know. Some things you need to know. Paula Abdul announcing that her upcoming Canadian tour, is canceled because of surgery for, quote, recently sustained injuries. So Paula Abdul on the mend. How about McDonald's and things you need to know? Over in the UK, McDonald's is now offering a chicken Big Mac. How about that? Usually that's like, how does the song go? 2 beef patties, blah, 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 blah. Now it's a chicken Big Mac in the UK. Maybe that'll be coming to the US. Dollar Tree, their stock price has dropped 20% this week after the discount retailer missed quarterly estimates and slashed its annual forecasts. So things not going so well for Dollar Tree. How about the band Green Day? They were midway through their song Longview at Detroit's, how do you say that, Comerica Park on Wednesday night when a drone came out of nowhere in the sky, and out of security concerns, the band fled the stage. The situation was quickly resolved and the show went on, but for a while there it was a little bit intense as an unidentified drone coming to the Green Day concert. Let's see here. Now, we talked about this earlier this week. There was a study released saying that at a 28-year study, if I remember right, that there's no connection between cell phone use and brain cancer. However, there's always a however. Now there is a new study that indicates using a mobile phone is linked to a higher heart disease rate. That's a weird combination, but I guess that's out there. If you watched the NFL debut last night with the Chiefs and Ravens, you may have seen a new Pepsi commercial. That is Megan Thee Stallion and NFL star Travis Kelce among those, starring in a new Pepsi TV commercial inspired by the upcoming Gladiator 2 movie. I saw that commercial. I don't have a clue who Megan Thee Stallion is. I mean, I know she's in music, but I wouldn't know her if I met her. So that's who that is, and some NFL players. See here, according to a new study says 7 in 10 dog owners care more about their pet's health and happiness than their own. So I stress out. I want to make sure my dogs are healthy and happy. Speaking of dogs, did you see my pet of the week yesterday from the Heartland Humane Society in Ottumwa? There's a dog that's just tugging on my heartstrings. And Morgan at the Heartland Humane Society did it on purpose yesterday. She knew that I've been eyeballing this certain dog, this certain puppy at the Heartland Humane Society the last couple of weeks, and she purposely made that dog our weekly pet and is trying to get me to take this dog home. We don't need a 4th dog at the Shetler house, but man, that is one cute dog. Let's see here. Now, summer, not quite over, but Target, of course, is plunging right into Halloween. They are offering 1,300 new products for the Haunted Holiday, including some $15 costumes. So some affordable stuff if you need a Halloween costume this year. There's going to be a lot of Beetlejuice stuff out there for Halloween. Other things you need to know. How would you like to just stumble upon a nice, expensive Rembrandt painting in your attic? That is exactly what happened. A 17th century portrait discovered in a random person's attic called Portrait of a Girl turned out to be done by the Dutch painter Rembrandt. Just sold at an auction in Maine for $1.4 million. Crazy. How about Verizon? They are buying Frontier Communications for $20 billion that helps to strengthen its fiber network. Verizon buying Frontier Communications. $20 billion. They're all set. Politics for next Tuesday, the presidential debate on ABC. Microphones will be live only for the candidates whose turn it is to speak, and muted when the time belongs to another candidate. Now, only the moderators will be permitted to ask questions. A coin flip held virtually on Tuesday to determine the podium placement and the order of closing statements. Former President Trump won the coin toss, chose to select the order of statements. The former president will offer the last closing statement. Vice President Harris selected the right podium position on the screen. So the rules are set for presidential mania coming up on ABC on Tuesday. And then finally, in some things you need to know today, Amazon has a third season of their series, Reacher, with Alan Ritchson on the way next year. There's also going to be a Reacher spin-off series that is in the works. So if you're a fan of Reacher on Amazon Prime, lots of stuff going on there. Let's go ahead and do this. Today's Impossible. It's impossible. Question. Today's impossible question. A little over 50% of women say they do this much better than their husband. Oh. What is it? Again, today's impossible question. A little over 50% of women say they do this much better than their husband. What is it? What are we talking about there? Think about that for a second. Let's go to the comments. Good morning to you, Bubby. Got Dan, Sandy, Amber, Lori, Sherry, Jan, Nancy, Cindy, Eloise, Pat, Dan Schuster in the comments. Somebody else saying live support. I am going to block them right now because that's just scammy stuff in the comments. Good morning to everybody. Appreciate you guys hanging out on this Friday morning. Again, 55 degrees right now. Looking for a beautiful weekend here in southeast Iowa. We are sponsored by Stam Garden Center and Nursery here on the Morning Wake Up from the Oski Dental Studios. Impossible question. Can you get this? A little over 50% of women say they do this much better than their husband. What is it? Mowing the lawn. What? Gasp. Half of women say they can mow the lawn better than their husband. I don't know. I take care of the lawn here at our house, so my wife will never find out if she can mow better than me. By the way, I haven't even mentioned it. I'm wearing one of my Hawkeye jerseys today. Yes, I have more than one Hawkeye jersey. I don't know what exactly this jersey is from or where this different design, but go Hawks. Iowa State coming up this weekend. Hopefully the Hawks win and keep it a Hawkeye State. Let's do something weird.
That is weird.
In some weird today, and we talked about this yesterday a little bit. Anna Sorokin, the con artist who was convicted of swindling banks, hotels, and friends in 2019 after falsely building a reputation as a wealthy German heiress, has found her newest venture, Dancing with the Stars. So again, she's convicted of basically being a liar and a swindler, and now she's being celebrated on Dancing with the Stars. That's weird. I don't know why you celebrate somebody like that and put them on TV. Anyway, moving on. In other weird news, a house in Monrovia. Where is Monrovia? California, I think. A house in Monrovia crushed by a giant tree is on the market. The house listed as a one-bedroom, one-bath bungalow for $500,000 in California. Again, this has a tree. A giant tree crushed this house, and it's on the market for $500,000. If that seems high, consider this. There's only half of the house that is still standing. A large tree fell on the house back in May. A couple and their dogs were home. Luckily, no one was injured, which is why realtor Kevin Wheeler dubbed the house Miracle on Mountain Avenue. He listed the house a week ago, and there are already offers. Let's see here. In all seriousness, Wheeler points to houses nearby with about the same square footage. Nearby home recently sold for about $740,000. The house is about 100 years old and is obviously not move-in ready. But $500,000 for a tree that is, or for a house that is squashed by a tree in California. Don't know who would buy that, but I'm sure somebody will. Let's go to some volcanoes on the moon. Yes, that's a thing. Volcanoes were still erupting on the moon when dinosaurs roamed the Earth. Did you know that? That's according to research. I mean, nobody really knows it because they're just guessing. The evidence: 3 tiny glass beads. This is the evidence. 3 tiny glass beads plucked from the surface of the moon and brought to Earth back in 2020 by a Chinese spacecraft. Their chemical makeup of these beads indicates that there were active lunar volcanoes until about 120 million years ago, give or take a year or two. 120 million years ago, according to scientists. An earlier analysis of the rock samples had suggested volcanoes petered out about 2 billion years ago. How do you guess? How do you guess this stuff? I don't know. People smarter than me are either good guessers or they're just making things up. I don't know. Let's go to Ontario, Canada. 2 men in northern Ontario picked up a highly unusual passenger and took it on a road trip, complete with Taco Bell to scarf down. The problem was that the passenger that they picked up was a black bear cub. Yes, 2 guys picked up a black bear cub, went on a road trip, ate Taco Bell. All right, here's the rest of the story. According to Miriam Armstrong of the Pet and Wildlife Rescue Center in near Ontario, her group took in the juvenile bear over the weekend after it was discovered in the back of a van in Windsor. Quote, there are some pretty strict rules on keeping wildlife. You are not able to keep wildlife captive for so many reasons. They go on to say, quote, just common sense to start. They're wild animals, so leave them in the wild. And a bear, obviously, there is some risk associated with housing a bear. Now, it goes on to say that she says, quote, I'm sure his innards weren't feeling so great after eating the Taco Bell. Now, she says the 4-month-old bear cub didn't have any visible injuries, but it was lethargic and stressed out from the van ride and frightened. She says, we just made sure to give him lots of space and a dark place to decompress. Baby Bear Rescue Group in Huntsville came to take the bear into its custody. So 2 wild and crazy guys in Canada road tripping with a baby bear and eating Taco Bell. Weird. Also in the weird today, after an isolated Amazonian tribe, and we're not talking Amazon Prime here. We're talking from the actual Amazon. A tribe from the Amazon attacked loggers who got too close to their territory this summer. Indigenous rights group FENAMAD warned that without government intervention, more violent clashes could come. Now, 2 loggers have been shot dead with arrows. This sounds like something out of a movie or from like Avatar or something like that. Another logger was injured. Again, 2 are dead from arrows, and 2 others have disappeared from this area. So this is crazy. This is where? In the Amazon. Isolated Amazon in Peru, evidently. So some crazy things happening there. Do we have any more duh? Let me look through my papers here real quick. Nope, no more duh. But we do have the files of law and disorder. In some disorder, this is crazy. Crazy times here. Famous Ugandan runner, and I'm going to butcher her name, Rebecca Cheptegei. Forgive me if I'm saying that wrong. So, Ugandan runner Rebecca Tige died at the age of 33 following a sad and tragic event. She suffered severe injuries from a gasoline attack just a few weeks after competing in the Olympics in Paris. A land dispute was the source of the alleged arguments between her and her ex-boyfriend, I believe. According to the police, Dixon Niedema entered Rebecca's home while she was at church carrying a 5-liter container of gasoline. When she returned, an argument broke out and he set her on fire. Residents, after hearing the disturbances, assisted in removing him and her from the fire and took them to the hospital. She suffered from smoke inhalation and has had burns over 75% of her body. Rebecca's organs failed despite receiving treatment from the hospital, and she tragically died. So he set her on fire, killing her. An Olympic runner. Horrible. What in the world? Let's lighten the mood a little bit. Let's do something that'll make you smile.
Something that makes you smile.
Again, something to make you smile. It's brought to us every weekday by Lifetime Dental Solutions, Dr. Stacy Freeze. You can join them at their new location. They are moved and they are ready to serve you with your dental needs. Get a hold of them at 641-622-2669. Lifetime Dental Solutions, something to make you smile. And this will hopefully make you smile. Some good news, as American teens are vaping far less today than they were 5 years ago. New results from an annual federal survey suggesting this. Just under 8% of high school students say that they've used an e-cigarette in the last month. This is down from what the New York Times called a worrisome peak of roughly 27% of kids vaping back in 2019. That amounts to about 500,000 fewer adolescents vaping compared to just last year. So vaping numbers dropping amongst teens in high school. Again, some good news, something to make you smile on this Friday. Let's wrap something up. Let's do this. Duh. In the duh, let's go to New York City. New York City, an underwater tunnel that passes beneath New York City's East River sprung a leak on Wednesday after a city contractor mistakenly drilled a hole through the tunnel's wall, sending streams of water into the heavily used passage as officials scrambled to plug the opening and block off traffic. The accidental puncture came at around 12:30 p.m. on the Manhattan side of the Queens Midtown Tunnel, which carries nearly 100,000 drivers into and out of the heart of the city each day. Now, let's see here. They're saying that the commercial drilling company inadvertently bore a 2.5-inch hole through the tunnel's cast iron lining, allowing water to seep through the exhaust duct and into the tube. So vehicles that were going into that tunnel got an unexpected car wash as water was leaking through that tunnel in New York City. That is your duh. Let's take one last look at our forecast before we get out of here for today, as it's brought to us by the Garden Gate. There is sunny skies today, beautiful, a high of 72, a slight chance of some showers after 5 p.m., but I'm saying we're looking pretty good as we head into a football Friday night. Of course, you can see football tonight here on Steve Shetler Media. We'll have Pekin taking on Van Buren County, live video streaming here on Steve Shetler Media. Pregame starts shortly before 7 o'clock. Of course, we do thank Stam Garden Center and Nursery. They are our headline sponsor here on The Morning Wake Up as we broadcast live from the Oski Dental Studios. Now, coming up today, again, we will be taking the show up to Barnwired in Sigourney, our fantastic coffee house here in Sigourney. Stop in, watch the show, the Iowa Music Showcase, live and in person. Jeff Arendale, our artist of the week for this week. Jeff will be doing a live interview, live original music today at 11:30 to noon at Barn Wired in Sigourney, or catch it live on video, live streaming here on Steve Shetler Media, Facebook and YouTube. Of course, in remembrance of, every weekday morning at 8 a.m., coming up at 5:30, we'll have Successful Farming. Fingers crossed, we haven't gotten to a musical musings video yet this week. I've thrown out a lot of invites to different artists. Maybe one of them will come through today with a video for musical musings. So hopefully we'll get to that. Otherwise, yeah, that'll do it for our videos for today. Tomorrow morning, of course, broadcasting live with the sports section, live from Brothers Market in Sigourney. Okay, I think that does it for today. Thank you all. Thank you all for tuning in today. Appreciate all of our sponsors, and we'll see you later here on Steve Shetler Media.